Welcome back, everyone. Ready to dive deep. We're jumping headfirst into Delta Extraction, Race Against Ransom. 10 chapters in, and let me tell you, Shiny SWAT does not disappoint.
Absolutely not. He grabs you from the first page and doesn't let go.
So for those who haven't started it yet, what's the story about? Give us the lowdown.
Imagine this. The Niger Delta, beautiful, vibrant, but grappling with the effects of oil exploitation. A stolen blueprint surfaces. And suddenly you've got activists, oil tycoons, even government forces, all pulled into this whirlwind of intrigue.
Okay, now that's a premise, but it's the way SWAT brings it to life.
Exactly. He paints such a vivid picture of the Niger Delta. It's more than just a setting. It's a character in itself. You can practically feel the tension, the fragility of it all.
And speaking of tension, let's talk about the characters. Who are some of the key players in these first 10 chapters?
Well, Chief Festus immediately comes to mind. He's this oil tycoon, and you think, okay, classic villain, right? But SWAT doesn't let you off that easily. You see glimpses of his past, the things that made him who he is. It's fascinating.
Ah, those layers of complexity. It's what makes a character so compelling. Who else stands out?
You've got the community elders, the heart and soul of the Delta, witnessing the destruction of their home. And then there are the activists, bravely documenting the damage, fighting for accountability.
So you've got this clash of ideologies, these high stakes, and then there's the mystery of the stolen blueprint itself.
Oh, the blueprint. Classic MacGuffin, right. Everyone wants it, but no one really knows what it is or what it can do.
And SWAT uses that masterfully. He dangles these little clues, keeps you guessing. You're constantly wondering, what's the big deal with this blueprint?
Exactly. It's what keeps those pages turning. I mean, I couldn't put it down.
Me neither. He's a master of pacing.
Absolutely. He'll hit you with these intense action scenes, then draw you back with these quieter moments of reflection, really letting you connect with the characters.
It's like a roller coaster. And speaking of roller coasters, these first 10 chapters are a wild ride. SWAT delivers a compelling plot, richly developed characters, and that setting. Forget about it. You feel like you're right there in the Delta.
Absolutely. And the thing is, we've only scratched the surface. There's so much more to uncover, these deeper themes that SWAT weaves into the story.
Oh, I know. But we can't give it all away.
Gotta leave our listeners wanting more. You know what really struck me? The way SWAT uses that blueprint to really dig into those deeper themes.
Oh, for sure. It's like this catalyst, forces everyone to show their true colors.
Right. You see it with the militants. They're desperate, see the blueprint as their weapon against the oil companies.
And then there's the government.
Oh, talk about caught in the middle, trying to keep things from boiling over, but you can tell some of them are tempted, see a chance to grab some power for themselves.
And through it all, you have the people of the Delta.
Just trying to survive, their lives, their homes, all hanging in the balance. It's heartbreaking.
It really is. We talked about how well SWAT uses setting. There's that one scene that stuck with me.
Which one?
The activists, they're documenting that oil spill.
Oh, yeah.
They're surrounded by all this natural beauty, but then there's the oil.
Just
devastating.
Powerful scene. SWAT doesn't have to spell it out for you, He lets you feel it.
And that's what gives this book such weight. It's more than just a thriller. Makes you think about the real world, the real consequences.
Exactly. He doesn't give you easy answers, just lays out this incredibly complex situation.
But even with all that darkness, there's hope, too.
Absolutely. That's what makes it so compelling, You see these flickers of resilience, this belief that things can change. The activists, the community elders, even some of those government officials wrestling with their consciences.
Like the Delta itself, right? Battered, but not broken. Still fighting.
Perfectly said. And it leaves you on the edge of your seat, wondering who will win, what will become of the Delta.
Right. I need to know what happens next.
SWAT knows how to keep you hooked. The momentum of this story just pulls you in. And the world he's built, so real, so immediate.
That's the mark of a great thriller, right?
Yeah.
When you can't put it down, when it stays with you.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what he's done with Delta Extraction. It's entertaining, but it makes you think. It's a thriller with a heart.
Well said. We've talked about the plot, the characters, the themes, but the writing itself, how does SWAT pull you in?
His writing is incredible. He just creates this atmosphere, You're right there feeling the humidity, smelling the salt air.
The descriptions just come alive.
And the dialogue, so natural. You can tell he's a keen observer of people.
And he really knows how to build suspense.
Oh, yeah. Those moments where you can practically feel the tension building, Masterful.
Like he's playing a game with the reader.
Totally. And we're happy to be his pawns, right?
Definitely. But seriously, Swat's writing is a huge part of what makes this book so captivating.
He just has this way of weaving everything together, you know?
Mm.
The suspense, the characters, the setting, those deeper themes, it all just works.
And don't forget those twists. Every time you think you know where the story's going, Swat throws you a curveball.
Exactly. It keeps you guessing right up until the very end.
And speaking of the ending, I have a feeling Swat has some major surprises in store for us.
Oh, I'm sure of it. He set the stage for an explosive finish. I, for one, can't wait to see how it all goes down.
Well, folks, that's about all the time we have for our deep dive into the first 10 chapters of Delta Extraction, Race Against Ransom. But trust us, there's so much more to come.
We've just scratched the surface.
Exactly. So to everyone listening, if you're looking for a book that will grab you from page 1 and keep you hooked until the very end, look no further than Delta Extraction, Race Against Ransom by Shani Swat.
Available now. Don't miss out.
And be sure to join us next time as we dive into the rest of this incredible thriller. Until then, happy reading.